There I am, I guess. USB audio, USB is digital. I hope it's working. Test 1, 2. And oh, wow, we're right here. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Hello, hello. Here I am. Trying to make some sense out of what I'm doing, but sometimes I just not sure. So we're gonna try again. Um, we I gotta put this on live. There we go. I gotta turn off the. There we go. At least it's. I am live and you can hear me. I'm gonna nudge this a little bit that way, and it's gonna be a little bit slower than it could be. I'm running on the 5 mil concentrator today, and we're going to try to see what we can come up with for some more of the alphabet of shapes. I'm sorry that halfway through the last one, it turned out that my oh darn, I forgot something. Hold it. Where is it? Hello. There it is. Got to nudge that right there. Oh, now we're good. Now we're sweet. There we go. Now, I put a didymium lens in front of the camera, like you see, and I also have put a like a sunshade in front of that to see how it will work. And we are going to try to do some more shapes. One of the shapes that I have done many a time and is the fold and pull. Well, we did that yesterday. We did that this morning, but you could not hear what I was talking about. All you could see is basically me drawing. And I'm sorry about that, but we're going to try to get into that again, dealing with the dragon. And we're going to do it a little bit different because I'm going to do the shapes a little different, okay? Oops, let's get that out of the way at the moment. There we go. And of course, we've got this. And the first thing you come up with in a dragon shape, well, I'm going to do sort of like a dragon pendant. And of course, the shark fin. And then you've got the peanut shape, but you're going to make it a little longer. And then from that peanut shape, you're also going to do a little bit of a tail going on. And then the front legs are basically straight and then a little curved at the front. But the back legs, I do the L-shaped legs that I talk about. And then we do nice little spikes all the way down. And some wings. And of course, an elongated ice cream cone, the point with it even. And then you got the two spires for the nose, for the ears, okay? That looks like you're seeing most of what I'm doing. Okay, I'll also bring it up a little bit further. I didn't see that and now with the wings, you can do so many different things, but we're getting there. So with that, these are the basic shapes, the shark fin, the L-shaped legs, and then we got this going on, and the wings are what I call that fold and pull method. And the tail is just a nice curlicue type tail. With that, side, and we're going to do a dragon. I know I did it on the last one, but this one's going to be a little bit smaller, and I'm going to try to do it more of a pendant piece, which is smaller even still, okay? So, with that, with no further ado, we're going to try to do the dragon, right? Right. Again, I'm going to end up fuming this with silver afterwards because it needs that silver stuff on it or a nice gold shine going on to make it look even better. And yes, you can see what's going on inside the flame, which is a cool thing. and I'm glad for that. And I've been trying to come up with the right, but I think the dyed dimium glass in front of, and then on top of that, putting that sunshade so that you guys can really see what's happening inside the flame is the most important. I guess you could say where to look for when you're working most of the time. There is some times where you're working outside of the flame, but it's just adjusting. But the most important, okay, we're going to do the ice cream cone. I'll do it in the 2-stage set this time because it'll make it easier for you guys to do it later. And now, you make the nice round ball, and then you add a stem. You go a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch or so out. And there you go. Now my dragons, one of the things they help to make it look more like a dragon instead of a horse is I put that beard on it. Okay. Then we're going to do the eyebrows, or if you want to call it the horns on the dragon. One on each side of the head. This is still coming out to be a bigger dragon than I want, but I'm going to still make it. I love my dragons. I always will. Dragons have been a mythical creature that I've enjoyed making for a long time. And again, front legs are a little bit of a straight line, and then at the last minute I'll curl it over and I'll put some nice claws on this guy. Yes, it's getting colder. You can see my air. For those that are in the chat room, hello. And if you're not there yet, that's fine too. I just started doing this live again, and I'm also going to do some on YouTube. Not YouTube, but Facebook. This is just a challenge using the shapes that we talk about. And with this little sketch board, the dry erase board, that'll help you to get a better picture of what you want to do before you do it. And it gives you a direction. It doesn't have to be written in stone. Of course, it's written in dry erase, so you can erase it if necessary. Another trick that you've got to learn to do, and I do it fairly well most of the time, is the eyes. When you put eyes on, they got to be on opposite sides of the face, and you can see that that's the way it works. And then not one up, one down, one forward, one back. It's got to be, like eyes. Not one bulgy, one non-bulgy. Okay, changing hands here, working on the back end. Going to do the back half of the peanut. And then I'll put the tail on a little later also. Again, it was going to be a longer peanut. And the reason I call it a peanut shape is it's a bulge and then a little bit of a narrow and then a little bit more of a bulge going on. So that's like a peanut shape. And that again is Basic Anatomy 101 for horses, dragons, a lot of your animals. Okay. I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to also do, after this, I'm going to do an elephant. And again, go over those basic shapes with the dry erase board. Okay. Now again, the legs are what I call the L-shaped legs in the back. You seal them to the body well, and you pull it back a little bit, take it out of the flame for a little bit, let it cool, and then heat it up a little bit further down and stretch it forward. Okay. And it comes with time and practice that they come out about even. Although I have to admit, I don't know if it's a political statement or what, but most of my animals, for some dumb reason or another, sort of lean a little bit to the right. But that's neither here nor there. I think it's just a subconscious thing. They like to lean a little bit to the right. I don't know why. So here we go. The tail is basically, I'm going to let gravity work here. You can see it's dropping down, and then and I'm also heating up further down the rod and adding more glass as I go. I'm not just leaving it in one spot. And there you go. Boom. I like how you guys can see what's going on inside the flame, and it's just the way it works. I was going to have a student here tonight, Renee, but she's trying to move her shop inside because right now it's on her front porch or her porch. I don't know if it's her front or back, but still, and it's getting colder, and the wind can cut right through you. And where I'm at, yes, it's cold, but I don't have any wind. I've just noticed. I know I've bent this thing already out and to the way I like it, but I'm going to bend it a little bit straight again so that I can get to doing the rest of these little bumps that I'm putting on the back. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do at least 2 or 3 more. And the last one I did, the last tail I did a fork tail. And this time I'm going to do a pointy tail just because I can. Okay. Now the pointy tail is basically a fork tail, but in reverse. I know that sounds funny, but it is because you still do a fork tail, but the fork goes off in this direction and points downward, and the other part of the fork goes off in this direction. There you go. Claws. I usually put 2 on each, and sometimes with the dragons, I'll put 2 in the front and 1 in the back, pointing to give it a little bit more stability, but not at this point. Oh, hello, Eugene. Nice to see that somebody's there. You're on the big screen with Eugene. Hi. Nice to know that. I'm excited that people are starting to watch my live video feeds, and I'm sorry the one that I did earlier, for some dumb reason, the voice sort of just went out on it. One of those technical futilties about 7 minutes in. But anyway, we're going to get better. And if you have a request, matter of fact, I'll do this dragon, and instead of doing an elephant, if you have a request, I'll do the shapes on the erase board, and then do the animal if I can. Just type it in right there on your screen, and we'll see what we can come up with for you. Sound like a plan? I hope so. Big screen. Oh boy. I've been on TV a long, long time ago when I was a lot younger. You know, news reporter just doing a quick, snippet for the news. That was pretty interesting. About a week or so after that, people would say, I saw you on TV. You were the one on TV, weren't you? I saw you. You're on TV, weren't you? But that's okay. I like the live audience. So, we got 3 people watching. That's good. If you have a request or you want to say something, just say hi. We'll see what we can come up with. Like I said, I'm doing the dragon this time around, and I was trying to show some of the shapes that I use for the dragon. And the alphabet of shapes, I refer to those often in my lessons. And my alphabet of shapes might not be your alphabet of shapes. I call it an alphabet of shapes because it's basically shapes that I draw from over and over again. Oops. Now talk about eyes being on both sides of the head. This one, these are really cattywampus. I got to take care of that. I got to break off this wing and put it down a little bit further. And that's the thing you got to learn is that nothing is, oops. Nothing is permanent, I guess you could say. Let's try this. Heat it up a little bit more. And it should break off right about there. There it goes. Snap. I got to pull some of that off, and I'm going to add another wing in the same spot. Actually, I'll use the same part of the same wing. But it turned out the way I did it, it was way, way off compared to the other one. There we go. Let's see if that's more about where it needs to be. No, it's still too high. Ain't that a kick in the pants? It's one of those days. Just when you think everything's going better. Okay. It's one thing about glass. It's not written in stone. It's glass. And glass is malleable in the right temperature. You can do a lot of things with it. Okay. Now, let's get the other wing back on there. This time I'm going to start over. Right about there. There we go. Okay. And oh yeah, much better. There we go. Still a little high, but that's more acceptable that I can reshape it to where I want it. Right, like so. There we go. Now I'm going to fix the legs. They got a little warm and melted in a different direction than what they were a minute ago. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to do the claws in just a little while. Any requests? Elephants, cats, mice, swans, bears, whales, snails, cats, dogs, mice. No, I said that 3 or 4 times. See? We'll come back and do the front legs in just a little bit. I hear, well, I told you about an elephant. Let's get off the dry erase board. Ta-da. Okay. Now, here we go. There it is. The thing about a dry erase board is you can erase it and start over. Now, elephant. Another round ball. A ball is one of the things that you will draw from time and time again. And that is the basic body of an elephant, is the ball. You have to pull 4 legs. I'm only going to do 2 because they're back to back, but 4 legs. And I'll show you a trick to doing those. But first of all, I usually do the ball. Oops, that fell off, but we'll get back to that. I usually do the ball, and then I add another ball a little bit higher into the front. And then I'll add the nose. And then I'll put a big glob of glass on this side and a big glob of glass on the other side, the same spot. And I'll tweeze it, flatten it, or whatever to make the ear. And sometimes I usually hold on to it by the tail, or sometimes I'll put the punte, and this time I'm going to put the punte right there on it after the fact, and it'll make it a whole lot easier to do the legs, and I'll show you a couple of tricks. Okay, with that, we're going on to do an elephant. Yes, I like my new little drawing pad style thingy. If you have comments, questions, talk to me. We'll see what we can come up with. And for some dumb reason, oh, there it is. I'd lost the cap to the dry erase thing, and we can't do that, can we? So we're going to set that right there. Stay. Okay. And we're going to put this on the glass. There we go. Now, let's light it up and see where it goes for an elephant. Okay. Okay. Before we do that, I'm going to quickly do the claws to this guy. He's cool enough. And we'll put him in the oven later. One, two on this side. I usually only do two, but I'm in a good mood, and so I'm going to do three. If you have any questions, talk to me. Just type it out in the chat room. We'll see what we can come up with. If you have a request that you'd like to see done, we'll do that too. Okay. And we have one nice dragon. We'll silver fume him after a while. Now, on to the elephant. Elephant! Coming up. First of all, nice round ball. There we go. I'm only using the 5 mil concentrator, 5 liter per minute concentrator. Dyslexia and I say mil and it's liter. Stupid me. Okay. There's a little bit of dirt and crud on this. I'm going to just pull it off. Now we're going to make a nice round ball for the body of this elephant. Okay. Now, if you do this right, and I will actually, you measure this out just about right, depending upon the size of your elephant that you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and put this is where the tail is going to be. There we go. And now we're doing the head straight from this section here. And here we go. I'm making the round head and the nose all at once. Looking cool. Now the ears. If you get good at the fold and pull method, you can do that. But for you guys today, I'm going to go ahead and just put the round blob on one side and the round blob on the other and flatten them out for the ears, okay? There we go. That's enough. Heat it up. And tweeze it out. The other side, do the same thing. And tweeze it out. There you go. Now right now you got some nice round discs for ears. And it's got a couple of ripples from where you use the tweezer. You can use a flattening disc which has no texture in it, but I ended up using the tweezers that I had available. So mostly gone. So after I heat and stretch, it should be not really there anymore. touch down at the bottom where you're going to pull out the point for the ear. That's all you got to do. One little quick point and you're good to go. Heat up the other side just on the bottom. Touch and pull out. And you're good to go. See there? Well, one's a little bit bigger than the other, but that can be arranged. There we go. Now, I'm going to add a cold weld right there. And now we're going to put the legs on. If you have any questions while I'm talking, type it into the chat room. I can watch and read. So let's get that balance just a little bit better. Now, all I'm going to do now is attach 4. 1, 2. Actually, I usually start front right, then do front left, then left back, and then right back. Just the way I usually work it, because I know the orientation of the animal at this point. Now, that's another thing that you will learn when you're doing these glass animals and things is really quick. You'll figure out that there's a front, there's a back, there's a left side, there's a right side, and a top and a bottom. Because it's not a two-dimensional object that you're working with. You're working with a three-dimensional object. X, Y, and Z axes, or whatever you want to call it. Okay? Now, these don't have to be even right now. I'll show you. It's a neat little trick that I've learned, and it works out real well. They just have to be about what they should be. They're lengthwise. Okay? As you can see, I'm sealing those in and making them all about the same length, but they're not perfect. Okay? One more to go. Heat it up, seal it in. Go down the rod about, well, in these cases, it's as big as it is, about a 1/2 inch. Pull it off. Yeah, those back legs are a little bit longer than I wanted them to be. I'm going to pull some of that off. Wasn't paying attention, I guess. That works. Well, let's check that out. Yeah, that one needs to be just a little shorter also. See, that's the thing about glass. You can take some of it off just as like you put some of it on. And I took a little bit too much, so I got to add a little bit more. Okay. Now here's the trick. You heat up just the bottoms, the tips of each of the feet, like so. And then you press it together at the same time, and it makes them all even. Okay. Blue eyes. Let's see, I got some blue here somewhere. Oh, here's some blue. Gonna give them some quick blue eyes. Should have put the blue eyes on when I was doing the head, but oh well. Yep, about the right place at the right time. And there you go. I tap it off. I'll fire polish that. And we have the elephant. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Unco. Oh, hi, Jen. Glad to see you watching. Okay, cool. I'll listen to that. She says she's got she'll have Carl compose some music for me to as an intro song. So you don't like my no? I'm always open for something new, but the turn on the torch, light up the flame. It's been something that I've. It just came together and it's worked out. There's a few people that said no, and some people that said yes, and I kind of like it. But that's why I keep singing it. Right, right. And if you have any comments or questions about it, we'll get there. Anyway, now I've done in this episode, I did that dragon, and I just did this elephant. Any other comments? Jen, do you have a request that you'd like to see me make? Or Eugene? Oh, Eugene Griffith. Okay, now I get it. Hello, everybody, all at once. I didn't catch the name before. Hello, stupid me. How was I supposed to know? The whole family there. Anyway, I've been doing these Christmas ornament thingies. Matter of fact, I'll do one more right now. It's an angel, quick angel. That's what I'm giving away at Walmart this year to all my associates. Well, I'm giving away different ones, but this was the standard, I guess you could say, is an angel ornament. Last year I gave away icicles. Egads. Now, basically, I'm going to stretch this. What I just did was basically line the outside of a rod of glass, and that becomes the wrinkled cloth that the angel, the tunic that it wears, that they wear. Hello, close enough. There we go. We're going to do the arms. There we go. Now the head. Headed in the right direction. Uh, and then we'll put the wings on and a loop. We're going to call this quits for the night. I like setting up my little shop out here. I know it's my regular mess that I keep around my life, but I'm going to try to start being a little bit neater. Okay, you can laugh at that. I understand, but I'm going to try. Anyway, now we're going to do the wings. With it, I'm going to lengthen them a little bit. Itch. Now the wings are a fold and pull method that I come up with. You know, I think just the way they're looking, that is, let's use another piece of glass. I have suspicions on that piece of glass as not being. I think it's what they call Lucy, which is a UV reactive. That'd be cool, but it may not be. Better be safe than sorry. Okay, wings, fold and pull. And with the sunglass lens over the top, you can actually see me doing the fold and pull on this, which is cool. Before, you could only see the glare from the lenses going on. Now the other wing. There we go. I'm going to do a loop on his head that will be the halo look and the where you'll hang it on a Christmas tree. Bring it together. And we have, oh, here we go. Need a little reaming for the loop here. Coldwell at the top of the loop. I'm going to pull off down here. I'm going to leave a little bit of that wrinkle. I'm going to probably make a smaller angel out of that bottom end of that thing anyway. Lots of angels to do and so little time to do it all in. Right? Right. Here we go. And with that, press it down, and you got an angel ornament ready to go. Well, thanks for watching, people. Unless you have a request, type in what you'd like to see done. Do it quick, and I'll see what I can come up with. And or I'm going to finish off this session. Any requests? Anyone? Anyone? Can't think of anything. Okay, well, that's okay. That's life in general. With that, thanks for watching, people, and we will call it. And I'm also going to be doing live on Facebook real quick here too. Different crowd, different people, giving it a chance there too. So thanks for watching, and as always, people who are watching me for glass lessons, know that what I say is enjoy your day. As always, have a good one.